What we can't show, we can't know.
But we can show it. We can show.
I can show you this, Caleb. I can show you that early Christians believed Malachi was talking about Yeshua. That's indisputable.
Yeah,
and I can show you that
and attributed to March.
We have two early instances of people taking that basic prophetic connection and trying to map it onto their picture of heavenly science from the day. And you're saying they got it from paganism. I'm saying they could have easily got it from their own calculations of when the solstice is going to be. The rabbis.
Why would they put it on the solstice, though? Why not in March when they thought he was actually born?
Because of the relationship between light and darkness.
That is such a weak argument.
They give the reason. I'm telling you their thought. Their thought had to do with light. It had to do with an increase of light.
And you don't think that it had to do with the influence of paganism into the culture? I mean, look at.
No, I don't think it has to do with paganism.
I think it absolutely does. Look at the floors of the synagogue. Look at the floors of the synagogue.
So they were worshiping Helios.
I think that there was significant.
You're telling me that the Jews that with all those synagogues with the beautiful mosaics of Zodiac were worshiping Helios. Right, I could say that's what you're saying.
No, you couldn't. Because that's not what I'm saying.
You're making the same claim.
No. Okay, let me ask you this: Are the Christians today, when they have Christmas trees in their church, are they worshiping the Christmas tree?
I would say no, but other people would say probably yes.
Okay, so my point is that they have. Hang on just a sec. Now the point is that. What I'm saying is that the synagogue certainly was influenced by the religions around them, and they brought the Zodiac and the iconography from what I'm going to call a other religion or a pagan religion. They brought into the synagogue, just like today we have the Christian church bringing in.
Actually, you know what? There could be another reason for the synagogue mosaics with the Zodiac. It could be like a really good salesman who had a cool design, and he went around. And he said, "Hey, I've got the workers.
Don't you want this in your synagogue?"
and they're like, "Okay, cool. We need a floor, and we need it done cheaply. Just make it look nice."
Look, the point. The point is that we even see it today. That certainly, the Christian church by even the 2nd century, you have people giving up on Torah and all sorts of things. By the 3rd, 4th, and 5th century, when you have these mosaics, what has happened? I mean, we even have it today with the Christian church.
They see it as a science of God creating the heaven.
You are assuming that. That is an assumption.
You interview Lee Levine from Hebrew University, ancient synagogue. He's like the foremost authority on synagogues. I saw his paper presentation at SBL. They had a whole group of top-notch Jewish scholars giving papers on Lee Levine's work. Time and again, they make the same point. So if you can argue with me about that, but you're also going to be arguing with Lee Levine and these other Jewish Israeli archaeologists who have done all the excavating and all the work on these mosaics. They're going to tell you the same thing. They're going to say this was not religious. This was seen. It was only religious. I'll qualify. Only religious to the degree that it reflected how the cosmos was conceived by people throughout the Greco-Roman world, and they saw that as reflecting in one nutshell, God creating the heavens and the earth, and they put that in the mosaic floor to celebrate it.
Okay, and my point is this: that no matter what, you still have pagan imagery in a synagogue. Just like you do in the churches today. You have pagan imagery of a Christmas tree, wreaths, and mistletoe.
Okay, fine. Yeah, yes, the imagery we would say is non-Jewish.
Okay.
Right? I would agree with this. Except, here's the difficulty. The difficulty is we can't say it's Greek. We can't say it's Roman. We'd have to say it's Babylonian. Because even in the book of Job, he talks about Aries or Pleiades and Orion and the bear. Right? He's talking about Mazalot, or it's called Matzarot in Job, or the constellations. So the idea of associating the heavenly, kind of a scientific, or looking at the heavens with specific constellations and zodiac in mind, goes back to Tanakh as well. So that are we going to say that's pagan influence on Job, the book of Job?
What I'm saying is,
maybe,
hang on just a second.
I'd say it's a larger kind of scientific world. Of course, they didn't use the word science. I know that, but what we would call astronomical science.
And what I'm saying is if they're willing to incorporate pagan imagery, even if they don't see it as pagan imagery into their very synagogues, why wouldn't they be willing to adopt pagan festivals and make them their own? That's the point.